In this video, I'll show you 5 AI tools that you can use to take your LinkedIn presence to the next level. And by that, I mean more profile views, more inbound connections, more comments on your posts, and of course, more inbound leads, right? That's what we're all about here. Now stick around because I'll cover a few tools that are very rare and very few people know about. What can AI tools do for you on LinkedIn? One, they can help you post better content. Number two, they can help you write better comments, right? Because those are the two things you can do to get more visibility on LinkedIn. You can post or you can comment, right? In this video, I'll first show you my own process that I used to grow my following to over 11,000 followers on LinkedIn in a space of just 1 year. And what I'll also do is I'll cover another set of tools that are used by this particular YouTube influencer called Lead Gen J. I watched a great video that he made recently on his LinkedIn lead generation process, and I'll link that in the description below as well. And finally, if you've tried everything and you're still not getting results, I'll show you one hacky way to boost your posts on LinkedIn so that they get more visibility and more comments. All right, let's get into it. So the first tool that I use and love is obviously Taplio. They've been on a tear. They got acquired by Lemlist as well, and they've grown significantly since then. Every wannabe LinkedIn influencer I know and their mother is using Taplio. So Taplio has quite a few sections. You've got your own queue. So these are all the posts that are queued out for you. You can schedule. You don't need to be on your computer when you hit post. Obviously, I can see all my stats. There's a lot of AI stuff that I've not really used because AI is still not great at writing content. Then there is a lot of viral content. This is something I really like because the viral content is something where they have a list of all the content that is going viral based on my interest area. So when I'm creating the account, I have to, give it some kind of inputs. For example, post around marketing, SaaS, lead gen, cold email, and outbound sales. Obviously, there's a description. I'm a founder. I mainly talk about outbound sales, right? So the stuff I do, and it comes up with all of this stuff. I can look at my stats in the past 30 days, how many followers I'm getting, how many engagement I'm getting, and all of that. My recent numbers are down because I've not been too active, but yeah, this is how it works. And it shows me how many followers I'm getting every week as well. If I look at my queue, I can see all of the posts that either have been published or so for example, this last one, I can see that we published it, I think it was yesterday, and I can see the stats as well. So it got 1.6k views, not too bad, and a 4.7% engagement rate, which is great as well. So here, this is how I can see everything. The best thing I like about this tool is actually the viral content, right? Where I can see posts and I can use them as inspiration. So that really helps basically brainstorm and see what kind of formulas I apply. You shouldn't be copying anybody else's content, but this really gets your creative juices flowing. And I find it actually better than ChatGPT because ChatGPT will give out random stuff. But if somebody's posts have been performing, you can really understand why they've been performing, understand the templates behind them, and modify it so that you are actually able to get good results. This is one, right? So at Dropbox, we A/B tested hundreds of subject lines. The standout winner was quick question, right? A lot of cold email people know this, but this is a got attention. So we can obviously give out some stat. For example, we know that if somebody uses the phrase right person, are you the right person to talk about this in a follow-up email, the response rates jump out. So we created a post similar to this and got quite a few views. I think it was over 1,000 impressions at least on that post. It really helps you write good content. So that's tool number one. Let's move on to tool number two, and of course it's our own tool. It's the Salesrobot Chrome Extension that helps you comment on LinkedIn. It's a that simple tool. You don't have to do much. You just have to go over to LinkedIn and make sure you have the Chrome extension installed. And what it really does is that it's able to read a post and write a highly engaging comment in one of the tones that you want to use, and you can just go ahead and post it, right? So let's try this one. So this guy's talking about lead magnets. Don't just send your prospect a PDF explaining what you do. Send them something that they can utilize, like a Loom video explaining how you got XYZ result for X company. That's what they're looking for. They don't care about what you do and how you do it. So this is great, right? So we can maybe write a funny comment here, to engage on his post. So let's see what it comes up with. So here what it's doing is it's trying to write a funny comment based on this particular post as well as ChatGPT. So it's really thinking about what kind of comment to write, and it's looking at other comments as well, and it will come up with a comment on the basis of those two criteria. So let's try a funny comment on this post and let's see what it comes up with. It's come up with this comment which I find funny, right? So it says that they just want to eat the tasty BLT sandwich. They don't want to know what BLT stands for, right? So it's quite a funny comment. I'll just add a laugh emoji next to it, and that's it. I've posted this comment. So that's tool number 2 for you. The next tool I'm going to show you is called Supergrow. So Supergrow is like a Taplio alternative on steroids. I've not really used it, but I've seen other people use it, and I'll show you how I set it up. And I like it so far. And they've got, these nice little video insets. If I'm confused about anything, I can use it. So let's say, I want to generate ideas on SEO. I'll just click on this. It'll give me a few ideas for LinkedIn posts. So that definitely helps. So that's one. Like, it's not actually writing the post for me too much, but it's giving me ideas, which I like. The other thing I really like about them is the carousel maker. This is one I wrote, and I think it's saved as well. So this was something I had written, right, around my learnings from a particular book, Atomic Habits. So it's actually created a nice little carousel in a particular LinkedIn influencer's style, right? I don't have to do too much. I can just go in and edit it a little bit, and that's it, right? I can go from there. So the carousels is definitely great. The other thing I love, obviously, is the post generator. I can obviously start from scratch, and what I can do is, let's say I want to write about, cold email, right? And this is the part that I really like about them, right? The actual templates. So if I look at select a post format, they have a ton of templates around different, for example, learnings. Exactly time ago, I started X, and here is my X wrapped. So you've got all the hooks inbuilt as well as the post formats inbuilt. So you just give their AI a topic, and it will shoehorn that topic into this particular type of format of post, which I find that performs much better than just writing it from scratch. So I love their post generator, ideas generator, carousel maker so far. And obviously they've got the content inspiration section as well, which is very similar to Taplio's section around all the posts. Then obviously there's posts for you, which are very similar to Taplio. Then there's the calendar, which is like their queue. And then there's engage, which is similar to Taplio's commenting feature. I've not covered it too much because I just use Salesrobot Chrome Extension for commenting. And I think they've got some new swipe file feature where it helps you save posts as you go through LinkedIn, and you come across a post that you really like, you can just hit save. So that's tool number 3. Now tool number 4 is something I really like, and this could be a very powerful alternative to Salesrobot Chrome extension, is the PowerIn. It's actually really interesting. It actually helps you comment on people's posts on autopilot. So they've got full autopilot inbuilt. What you can do is you can basically select your voice, right? So for example, I'm male. These are some of the creators I'm following, and I can add more creators whose posts I want to engage on. I went to Taplio's top marketing influencers list, and basically I want to make a name for myself in the marketing industry, and I just clicked on this particular list, and I just added all of these one by one, right? So for example, I want to add Samantha McKenna's. So here they've put in, Sam Sales LI. I'll just go in and sort of edit it because this is the same, open on LinkedIn. So I'll just copy this URL from here, and I'll go to PowerIn and just add it here, right? So this is how I can build out my entire list of creators I want to sort of follow. So this is one, and here I can see all the keywords. So for example, I can set up all the posts it should automatically comment on. So for example, it will search all the posts that have the keyword sales or prospecting or social selling in it, and it will start writing good comments automatically, right? And I can look at all of my history. So for example, it's written quite a few posts, and I can have different modes. I can either put the status as I'll validate and then post it, what I did initially, which is I just let it rip, right? And I got like 30 profile views in one day, which is something I've never done, right? Because it's just going and commenting like a maniac. It goes wrong sometimes. There's one guy who sort of tagged me and said, why are you commenting on something that doesn't concern you? So there'll always be haters, but overall I believe the pros outweigh the cons. Obviously the last thing but not the least is, so I can set up my personalized tone here. So here I've put the comment length to be short, which is what I really like, and I want it to be informal. The tone should be casual. Personality is irreverent, which is what got some people to say that I am why comment. And the question frequency should be sometimes. So it's got a really good setup here. So this is great. So that's tool number 4. Now let's say you've tried everything and it's not working for you. You're not getting quite the traction you wanted. Last and final tool, which I won't recommend for everybody, is called Lempod. It's a really popular tool, and it's basically like a fake comment bot, right? So for example, if you post something and nobody is commenting on it, what you can do is you can go buy comments, right? So these are essentially fake comments that you're buying. I used it initially, but then I stopped using it because it makes you look a little odd, because there's like people all over the world unrelated to your industry that are commenting. You can obviously change that around a little bit by selecting the right pods to be a part of, but that's something which still can come across as a little weird. So let me show you how it works. So you figure out the right groups to be a part of. So these are pods. So basically what happens is if anyone posts in this, any of these 204 people write a post, they can get all of these other people, the rest 203, to comment on that post automatically, and they can tell Lempod what to comment. So it's basically buying comments, right? So I can look at my stats, I can look at what groups I'm part of. So for example, I'm part of this founder entrepreneurs group, which is who I am. So it's great. I can see all my stats. So last 6 days ago, this was what I wrote, and I got 1,500 views. And this is one of our older posts about a year ago, and I got like 700 views. LinkedIn used to be easy a year ago, right? I got like 4.5k views, but now it's much harder. So the way it works is if you want to, let's say, engage on a particular post, you basically add the link of your post here. Let's say I want to boost this particular post, like my last post, we brag about reaching over $1 million in cash collected. So I just copy the URL, that's it, and then I'll go here to Lempod and I'll paste up the link here. I'll click on new boost, activating Lempod shield. So this is something that they are doing to protect my post from, I think, the LinkedIn algorithm, but let's see what it does. Now, once it does that, it will ask me for what comments I want to write. So I choose the frequency, engage every 2 minutes, and I'll just click on select all. So it's selecting all of my people, and I'll click on start boost, and it will start getting other people to comment on it. So this is great. And of course, I can modify the comments. Right now it's, I think, the canned comments, which are really great that you shared this and all of that. So that's how it works. So these are the 5 tools that you can use to take your LinkedIn network to the next level. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we'll be dropping, more videos around the tools that you can use, as well as more information that you can get to take your LinkedIn game to the next level and get more sales from cold email and LinkedIn. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel.